This episode of The Young Turks is brought to you by Netflix. Go to netflix.com/TYT for your free trial membership. So yesterday, Elizabeth Taylor died because of congestive heart failure. She died at the age of 79 years old. She was actually hospitalized since February. And her publicist had said that she was in stable condition, but her health quickly deteriorated and she passed away yesterday in the morning. Now, of course, Elizabeth Taylor had an incredible personal life. She had an incredible career as an actress, but I think one of the most notable things was her humanitarian work. She was an advocate for the fight against AIDS and HIV. She was very outspoken about it. She was always basically defending people in Hollywood who were troubled, including Michael Jackson. She's been a longtime friend of Elton John. She honestly lived an incredible life. When you read her obit and you learn about her life and all of the things that she's gone through, you realize what a strong, talented woman she was. She went through 20 major surgeries in her lifetime. She went through 8 divorces. Just an incredible life story. And, her son released a statement and talked about how she lived life to the fullest. And I could not agree more with that statement. She's the type of woman that, honestly, I admire, because she's not only talented, but she was extremely strong through all the heartache and, battles that she faced throughout her lifetime.
All right, let me tell you a couple quick stories about Elizabeth Taylor. First of all, when she was alive, I thought that getting married 8 times and divorced 8 times, was a little clownish. I'm going to keep it real, right? But now that she's passed away, I'm thinking, you know what? All right, so she lived life, okay? She got to experience 8 different marriages. It's still a little crazy to me. That's not the way I would have rolled. But you know what? She lived life. Yeah, in some crazy way, I give her a little bit of credit for that. Lesson number 2 I got from it, although that's not really a lesson. I wouldn't get married 8 times if I were you, is that she was the daughter of a guy who was basically a tailor in Beverly Hills, okay? And people would come by, famous people, etc., people in the entertainment business, and they saw her, and then that's part of how she got her break in Hollywood. It goes to show you, man, if you're interested in the movie business, you should be where they do movies. If you're interested in money, you should go where the money is. It's kind of a funny life lesson, but it's true. If she was a beautiful, talented young girl in the middle of Kansas or Nebraska or Alaska or Hawaii or New York, she might not have been Elizabeth Taylor. So,
God, she's beautiful. Jesus Christ. You look at these old pictures of her and it's like, they don't make women like that anymore. Like, there are, of course, beautiful women in Hollywood, beautiful women around the world. But you look at her and she's so goddamn beautiful, so voluptuous. She's a woman. I look at that and I think, geez, woman.
Yeah, she's a natural beauty. I mean, she's as much of a natural beauty as it gets back in the day, And final story, I'm not sure I'm supposed to be telling this, but Ben's uncle, Joe Mankiewicz, who was a legendary film director, of course, and directed Elizabeth Taylor in Cleopatra. Elizabeth Taylor used to show up late to the set all the time. She was notorious for that in all of her movies. And Joe Mankiewicz said, hey, look, here's how it's going to work, Liz. If you show up late again, you're fired. And I'm not kidding around. You're flat out fired, and you won't be doing this movie, and we'll get someone else. And so the story goes, if I remember it correctly, she never showed up late again on a Joe Mankiewicz set. So look at that. Ben's uncle laying down the law.
I'm actually surprised that she listened. I mean, when you hear celebrities and, basically all the shenanigans that they do, they wouldn't listen to a director these days. They wouldn't listen to a producer. They'd be like, yeah, whatever. Okay, sure. I'm winning. Duh.
Yeah. Well, I hear you, but back then the movie studios had a lot more power, and the actors did not have as much power as they do today. So that partly explains that story.
All right, I want to say one final thing about her. You talked about how she had the 8 divorces and, how it was a little superfluous and how it probably wasn't a good idea. But what I loved about her was the fact that she was so unapologetic about it, okay? Like, basically, she would always say, like, hey, I'm not proud of some of the things I did, but this is me. Take it or leave it. Okay? If you don't like it, then that's too bad. And I love that. I love that about her. And, you know, now she's gone, and at least, you know, she could look back and say, I did everything that I wanted to do in my lifetime. I lived life to the fullest. And I think that's the most important thing to basically take away from her life.
Get a load of Netflix. They deliver the movie to your house, no late charges, free shipping.
You can watch thousands of movies or TV shows straight on your PC or on your television through a gaming console.
Netflix.com/TYT. Free trial membership. You get Netflix all over you.